You might find yourself in a romantic relationship with somebody that you know is a narcissist, and for one reason or another, you're unable to leave the relationship. Maybe you live with a person, or you're somehow tied with them physically, or you can't break the bond quite yet. And so you want to know how to deal with them and to weaken the power they have over you whilst you plan your escape. So I just want to talk about ways you can weaken the narcissist and weaken the narcissist's power over you, which is important to do if you're planning your escape, but you can't quite escape yet. So in that interim period between you realizing who you're dealing with and actually, taking the plunge and leaving, you want to maintain your sanity, and you don't want to be continuously brought into their negative spiral of put you downs. So first of all, and this is really important, is the narcissist will constantly and consistently throw demeaning comments your way, make passive aggressive remarks, throw other forms of belittling comments, talk about situations that somehow strike at your insecurities. They will come up with so many different ways to constantly push you, put you down and depress your mood. So what you need to do is, acknowledging what they're doing, is really learn to hold your own energy and really learn not to absorb what they're saying. But the key here is, as the narcissist throws their occasional or regular comments your way to watch, the comments take you down, just really come across with a very indifferent response towards them. Don't show them that you're affected in any way. Don't necessarily play over the top that you're trying to prove a point that they're not able to bother you by it. Just really be kind of boring about it, nonchalant. Just don't really respond to the things you're saying. Maybe come across a bit distracted, and really hold your own energy in that sense as best as you can. And even if the things the narcissist says to you affects you some, or even affects you a lot, do your best not to show it. And if it's hard at first, practice it a little bit every day. The narcissist will give you tons of opportunities to practice being indifferent towards their negative remarks towards you and their demeaning remarks. So just, make a positive out of the negative situation and use those things that they're doing to you as practice to get better at it. Because if you take it, if you deal with the situation in that way, you will find yourself getting better at dealing with people who are trying to put you down. And if the narcissist is not visibly putting you down because you're getting good at not letting their remarks affect you, or you just play your indifference, maybe you'll switch the topic when they're talking about a certain thing that they're trying to make you feel bad about. Maybe you can almost pretend you didn't really hear what they're saying and just switch the topic onto something different, and then just maybe end the conversation altogether. Just find the most neutral, most convenient, most suitable ways to ignore and deflect the conversation onto something else. And importantly, don't show that they're able to take your mood down, your energy down, your vibe down, because that's what gives them supply. If they do that, and they're not getting, if they keep trying to put you down and you're not showing the reaction they want, you're not giving them the supply they need. So what you're actually doing is you're weakening them, and you're weakening their power over you. They'll start to get very jittery, very, very kind of anxious and nervous. Don't do it in such a way to try to prove a point to them. Do it in a way to protect yourself, and the knowing that if you play things in the right way, it's best for you, and it will weaken their power over you. Just another type of situation. Sometimes the narcissist, if you're with people, the narcissist might say something to deliberately try to embarrass you, or other things, like sometimes you're planning to go out for a meal or to meet with them for one purpose or another, and they're deliberately late. And they might be late because they know that the occasion is important to you, and you really wanted them to be on time. Again, no matter how absurd the things are which they're doing. Just don't show that it really has an impact on you. If you already go to these events, if you're already with the narcissist on the expectation that you can't expect anything good from them, if you have that expectation, then when they actually do something bad, it doesn't hurt quite so much because you know nothing good is going to come from them. But your job in the midst of all this is to practice feeling okay about it, knowing that by not giving them the supply they need, by not giving them the reaction they need, you're not empowering them. You're not giving them more control over you. What you're actually doing is you're weakening them, and you're weakening the power they have over you. Obviously, if you're with a narcissist in a long-term relationship, you should be planning your escape. Like I said earlier, these things should be more short-term if it's with somebody that you're in a relationship with, because you don't want to live your whole life being with a narcissist, just ignoring them. What's the point of being with somebody your whole life, ignoring them? But sometimes you need to apply those tactics kind of short-term with your long-term partner until you do manage to plan your escape. And also, if you practice doing that when you're dealing with a narcissistic partner, when you come across other narcissists in your life, perhaps people at work, perhaps family members, people who you cannot cut off completely, because you're always most likely you're going to always have at least one narcissist or a few people high in narcissistic traits in your life. And you can't run away from everybody. So if you use your romantic partner who is a narcissist as an opportunity to practice not letting them get under your skin, well, guess what? When you face these other narcissists in your life, you'll know how to deal with them so much better. You simply will not be good supply for them because they won't get the good supply juice from you. They'll have to find it elsewhere. So yeah, don't if you want to weaken the narcissist and the power over you, never give them the reaction they want from you when they're trying to put you down or try to embarrass you, or if they're trying to triangulate you even, because sometimes they'll be talking good things about other people, of the same sex as you, maybe trying to make you a bit jealous. Just don't give off any reaction to the triangulations as well. The lack of punctuality, which sometimes they'll deliberately and carefully deliver against you, is not being punctual for some event. All that's really carefully thought through on their part to really try to upset you. They do these things in a weaponized fashion against you. Again, don't let it bring you down. Don't give them the reaction they want from you. That's the key. Don't give them the reaction they're trying to get from you, because if you do, then that is what gives them the power. So if there's a key takeaway from this, is use the narcissist in your life as an opportunity to practice not letting narcissists get under your skin, because it will suit you for the long run, because you will come across narcissists again and again in your life. There are just too many of them out there. And even people who are not full-blown narcissists, you have a lot of people that are very high narcissistic traits who will behave in similar ways. So just learn to protect yourself, your energy, to hold your own, and you'll see how much good can come out of that, because it's really transforming you to a much better version of yourself, where you're much more immune to people wanting to really, really upset you.